Okay, we are 8 days away from Election Day, and there's an alarming rise in threats against election workers. In Philadelphia, the Justice Department just released a complaint about a man vowing to skin alive a party official who was recruiting volunteer poll watchers. In Arizona, police arrested a man suspected of shooting a Democratic campaign office. Down in Texas, a man was arrested for allegedly punching a poll worker who asked him to remove his MAGA hat first before entering. The threats across the country have prompted authorities to ramp up security measures at voting sites everywhere. Joining me now is Wisconsin Republican Senator Ron Johnson. Senator, thank you for your time, as always.
Good morning. Glad to be here.
Swing states like your home state of Wisconsin have the potential to be especially tense. What have you been seeing so far at polling locations? Anything violent yet?
Well, you've always heard Minnesota nice. Wisconsin's even nicer. So I don't expect violence. Listen, you always have to be wary that there can always be crazy people, but we're very respectful here in Wisconsin. I've been doing this for 14 years. I can count on two hands the number of times people have even come up to me that disagree with me, that have even been disrespectful. So I do not expect any violence whatsoever here.
Yeah, that's good to hear. What are you doing in Wisconsin just to ensure the safety of your election workers? And have they voiced anything about being nervous ahead of the 5th?
No, and quite honestly, what we've done in the Republican Party, I'm sure Democrats have done the same thing, is we recruited poll workers. These are individuals that are paid and trained. We also have poll observers. So we're going to have people from both sides of the spectrum watching the election process. So there's really no reason for any kind of partisanship in terms of the polling locations at all. So again, I like, no offense, but I think you guys are whipping up something that you probably shouldn't be whipping up.
You think we're whipping up a story here when other states have seen violence? You don't think it's worth at least?
We have violence in this country, but I don't think there's anything particularly different in terms of Election Day. I mean, I'm just not seeing, listen, there's passion, but there's passion because people are concerned about this country. One of the things we're concerned about in terms of Democrat governance is rising crime. We're not going to react to rising crime with violence at the polling stations. I just don't believe that's the case.
Senator, I know you just mentioned training, right? How are you training election workers for the possibility of threats or violence, but also the foreign cyber threats on election interference, too?
Well, again, I don't do the training myself, but again, what we're trying to train poll workers to do is maintain a clean and high integrity election. Make sure they're checking absentee ballots, for example, for proper signatures, that they're filled out fully. If not, they have to be sent back to the voter themselves to fix the ballot. So again, it's just those things, watching the voter rolls, checking people's ID, doing everything we can within law. And unfortunately, in Wisconsin, we have a governor that has vetoed laws that would have increased the level of control, would have increased confidence. Republicans, we're not looking for a partisan advantage in elections. We just want to restore confidence that no matter who wins, it's a legitimate result. From my standpoint, I'm hoping it's an overwhelming result. It should be. In a sane world with an unbiased media, this election wouldn't even be close after almost 4 years of the disaster that Democrat governance has been.
Let me ask you about the FBI recently arresting that Afghan man living in Oklahoma, accused of planning an attack on an election site there. We also know that Iran, China, Russia are all taking efforts to interfere with our election. With so much focus on our political divisions, should our attention rather instead be on our foreign enemies and their efforts to influence the election, you think?
Well, our attention should be to secure the border. So, foreign adversaries, terrorists, transnational criminals, other criminals don't get into this country. I thought it was interesting. Vice President Harris is talking about a playbook of fear and division. That's their playbook. That's what they do. They stoke fear. I mean, division, that's what identity politics is about. That's what critical race theory is about. So, Democrats, this is their playbook. They falsely accuse their opponents of doing what they do in spades. And so, no, what we're trying to do is we're trying to fix this country from, again, almost 4 years of disastrous Democrat governance, the 40-year high inflation, the war on fossil fuel, all these things have weakened America, emboldened our enemies around the world, set the world on fire. Again, I don't know how any objective observer can take a look at what has happened under 4 years of Harris's administration and not conclude that they are not better off than they are. They're not better off today than they were 4 years ago, and that's really President Trump's closing argument.
I think a lot of people having to ask themselves that very question right now before heading to the polls next week. When was I better off? Senator Ron Johnson, thank you so much for your time, as always. Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
You too. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.